record. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex.
Hello, my name is Mariela.
And it is, what day is it? It is June 18th.
It's a Friday.
Yeah, Friday, June 18th, 2021. And this weekend we have the summer solstice going on in the Northern Hemisphere. Of course, winter solstice in the Southern Hemisphere. Ooh, that reminds me, I need to write down a note. Yeah, and then we have a full moon coming up next week, and me and Mariela are going to, just talk about what's things that we've been hearing or doing and experiencing, and pull some cards for this time. Yeah. And so, what have you been listening to, Mariela? What has been arising for you?
What's arising for me? So, I have been doing a lot of work, inside work, and getting muddy on my own dirtiness.
No mud, no lotus.
Looking into the shadows, moving some stuff. And it's actually, it looks like it's affecting my illusion life, aka real life. And so some things are coming out and I can see them now. Interesting, because you know how everything reflects on your life. And so actually when I'm working and I'm finding lots of things in my files of the families I work with that I didn't see before. So in all those ways, I feel like the energies right now are about seeing things that I didn't see before. And that's one of the things that has come up for me. What about you, Alex?
Well, I definitely agree. Everything I've even heard about, like in terms of astrology, like that's like the truths or whatever things will continue to rise and be shown and be seen. And I think there's still lots of confusion for me.
Oh yeah. I just started. Wait and see. I'm like, I had one session because I'm learning the, what is it called? Emotional focus therapy. And so I have to practice with my peers, right? So we experiment with each other. So it was actually the first time I had like a therapy session. Like, this is so tiring. I don't want to do this ever again. I had the biggest headache afterwards. I was crying. I was feeling, you know how you feel sometimes you're complaining about things that others don't think it's complainable?
Yeah.
Like, I'm making a big fuss about something, but then the others are like just watching, and I'm like, maybe this is not such a big deal, but it is for me, and it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's lots of confusion. You have lots of experience though with being inside yourself.
I do. It's a place I love to roam.
Alex loves shadows.
You know what, lately I feel like I've been stepping out of that a little bit. Like, not that I'm not like peering in and trying to understand, but I actually feel like I have a little bit more control, like not getting lost in it. Like I'm a little more, I think in control, or more regulated, or more confident in like my own like trust. Something like that has been shifting, which has been really nice. So I can still do the exploration and do the feeling of all the painful stuff, but it doesn't completely take me over. Like I still have the capacity to use, like, you know, for example, if we call it the inner critic and the inner coach, then the inner coach still has a much stronger hand than the inner critic to be able to maneuver it.
What are those, Alex? You'll have to explain when you talk about them.
No, we all know the inner critic is our negative voice, the ego that, you know, just is trying to keep us under control. And then we have our inner coach, or more of our higher self. And it's still kind of part of the ego, but it's just our, more like our parent, like, you know, the loving parent that is gonna take care of the out of control child. It's gonna support. So yeah, maybe my inner parent is a bit stronger than it has been in the past, which is very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that crap's not coming up, and anger continues to be the regular emotion. I mean, anger with tears.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anger is just the tip of the iceberg, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
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 And we just, sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go.
We just passed what is the sun eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just starting with that energy because it just goes on for about 6 weeks.
Well, it goes, well, yeah, you will for sure. The idea is you feel like it for weeks, but it's a cycle that is a 6-month cycle.
Yes,
So,
that's right.
yeah, but it's interesting because right now we have, like, or at least at the solar eclipse anyway, we had lots of things going on with like Mercury and Gemini. And yeah, so we're still feeling that because of like this Mercury retrograde. They consider it like an amped up Mercury retrograde. Like it's bigger than normal because of all the alignments. And I'm just like, at first I'm like, you know what? I'm nailing communication. Like I'm burning through, I'm thinking about it before I do it. I'm like asking questions. I'm like, yeah. And now I just feel like it's Mercury retrograde. Like it really is.
I really felt it on Tuesday because all communication was misunderstood. Everything meant something else.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I started a new job and I'm struggling with HR department with these tax forms and all these other forms. And she finally CC'd like my manager. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be
person.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I just have questions. I don't understand what you're sending me. Yeah. So, and then I think I got my coworker in trouble a little bit by sharing just a little too much with a manager in a meeting I was at, because I was asking questions. And I said, oh yeah, well, this person, you know, told me this, this, and this, and I don't really understand this. And they're like, oh, well, and I'm just like, oh God. Shit. I said
You won't say anything again.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me on, I think it was Tuesday night. We were walking Osito, my dog, with my daughter. And Osito tends to bark a lot. And he has 2 other dogs when he sees them. And he has this big, strong voice. So he sounds like he's a big dog. He's not, he's a small dog. And so Amber always goes in front of me to check if there's any dogs coming. And so we turn the, how do you call that, the corner, And she sees that there's a dog coming and she thought it was a big dog. And she's like, Mom, there's a big dog coming. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go hide behind 3 cars and wait until the big dog passes, right? And so I'm just standing there and I'm making signals to Amber, asking her if, like, where's the dog, if I can come out. And she's like doing signals as well. And then this lady comes around the cars and she's like, are you okay? She was the one who had the dog. And so she comes with the dog. Not a big dog, it's a small dog. I'm like so confused. And she's thinking maybe we were trying to rob something. She was looking through the windows of her house.
God.
No, I'm just waiting for the big dog to pass. And she's like, are you okay? There's no big dog. Oh my gosh. I'm like, no, my dog only barks to other dogs. I'm just hiding from the big dog.
Uh-huh. That's awkward. Yeah. And this is supposed to end around the 28th. Like it starts to go retrograde, but you
Yeah.
can still feel it a little after. So I'm just like, okay.
And you know what I heard?
Yeah.
Once Mercury goes forward again, we will have, or many of us will have a big insight. Because the retrograde was awkward. Now you will see, but something like, I'm not sure what it is though.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, I've heard that the energy is like a leading energy. Like, and maybe that's like the idea of insight, like when you have that connection and when you feel more in your like knowing and truth and, you know, then you get more confident.
Yeah, it will be interesting because also I think it's the full moon next, right?
Yeah.
In Capricorn.
Yeah.
So Capricorn is government, laws, right? The same as before, the old.
Yeah, structure.
But it's okay.
It's also it's also about like putting in the effort to get somewhere. It's being determined. It's like there's exactly. So it's also, we can watch kind of the energies. We can watch the energies with you know, that kind of Capricorn Saturn stuff, which is just going to keep happening because of its connection to Uranus right now and for a while. But
yeah, it's
play off the strengths of the Capricorn energy. And so they actually say like this is a good time to, like, once we're out of the retrograde, to start, like, if there's something you're doing or working on, go ahead, keep going. And so you can use that energy to continue the harvest and growth, because we're at the peak of summer. Okay, at the peak of summer. We're not at the peak of summer. We're in Canada. we got 2 more months. It's so nice to say that we have 2 more months of summer.
We still have 2 months.
Yay. Yeah, so, but it feels like there's this like energy, and I don't know if it's because of the sun, like, because, you know, our days are actually like so short here. I don't know if you, because like I've been waking up when the sun starts rising at like
at 5,
3:30, 4 o'clock. No,
3:30.
That's when the sky starts lightening. Yes, lightning. Like,
lighting up.
I'm like,
lightning.
And oh my God,
it's Mercury.
I'm really struggling with the light because like I'm not getting much sleep because it's still light at like 11 o'clock at night. Like not sunshine light, but this because sun has gone down, but the sky is still so light. It's like, my goodness, my body wants to rest, but it's struggling to do it. So yeah, I feel very tired, but I still have this momentum to keep going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feel the same way. Like I have more energy at night. I'm like, no, I want to go to sleep. It's 10:30. I need to go at least into my bedroom. But then something happens because everybody in the house is feeling the same thing. Like there's light outside, even like it's not time to go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's so nice. So nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know if there's anything that you have been listening to that you want to share, or if you are wanting to pull cards right now.
I'll pull cards.
Mm.
Heard of things, but it's mostly what we have talked about already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last night I was listening to stuff about the full moon and the solstice, and yeah, that Capricorn Saturn energy and the things that are going retrograde. I'm like, oh, okay. I love retrograde normally. Normally I love retrograde, but this communication one is just a stickler. A challenge.
It shall pass. And then, something's coming up in the fall as well, right? Something important, but I'm not sure what.
Well, we'll have like the 3 planets in October will go retrograde at the same time. I think it's Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn? No, something else, whatever the other one is, I'm not sure. And they'll all go direct at the same time. So it's always interesting when that happens.
Interesting.
And then we will have a few more eclipses and like in the late winter. And then we will have, not in the late winter, but before, like around December. And then in December, we have another like Uranus, Saturn, like I talk about every time. That's literally the energy of our time right now, is like the destruction and the like the dissolving and the revolution and things changing and learning, like the truth and the lies and truth and lies and truth and
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm fine with that. With COVID, some people have died in Ecuador. I'm from Ecuador, if you don't know that. And so that's the other thing. It just feels like many people are leaving, times unexpectedly, because you didn't think about it. Like this person that just died last night. He got COVID maybe 1 week ago, and there was no time. 1 week and a half, maybe. He was trying to get better for not so long. So yeah, I feel like some people are, I don't want to say choosing. I'm not sure if you choose, but maybe it's in the plan. Yeah.
Well, if it happens, then it kind of is in the plan, right? Like that's how I see it. My grandpa's in the hospital again. He's quickly declining. Like he's not gonna pass right away or anything, but he's about to become bedridden, and he's in just lots of pain. So they have him on lots of painkillers. So that's going to be really hard for the family, and so I'm just kind of watching and waiting and trying to be prepared for death to come, because I feel like it's coming, which doesn't mean we should stop living, but it's just it'll be the first time in a long time I had someone really close to me pass.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think a lot of people are leaving. Mhm.
Yeah. Is he able to stay in his house?
Yeah, I think he's going to get released today, and he'll just be given lots of pain meds. And so, but I 100% like, I would rather take care of him myself than have him be in the hospital, because he can only have one visitor, right? And the one visitor is my grandma, who also has Alzheimer's. So my dad can't go up and get information from the doctors. They're not relaying information properly. My grandpa calls at night to my family and being like, come get me, come get me, I don't want to be here, because he forgets why he's there. He forgets that he's like, where am I, you know? And it's like, oh my God, like our hospital system is falling apart right now in
It's
Canada,
scary.
because, or at least in Alberta, because yeah, things are just so messed up because of COVID. And it's not that we don't have enough beds. It's just that there's so many restrictions inside the hospitals, and that people are dying because of that, because of the restrictions. That's just messed up. So I'm like, no, I would rather like literally clean my grandfather and take care of him myself than have him in the hospital where he'll be alone. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah. The decision they had to make with the person that passed last night was between being at the hospital and helping him control his pain because it was so painful, or go home and be with the family. So it was a very hard decision for them, but
Mhm.
then they decided to let him go to the palliative.
Mm. But were they able to be there with him?
I don't think so.
Mm. Yeah, COVID's so frustrating that way. It doesn't feel fair. But what's nice is I know like the nurses do try, especially at the end of times, they do try. I sure as heck hope they would.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah.
is a hard work to be a nurse in that area.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know. I look forward. I'm learning a lot about psychedelics right now.
Mm.
And I'm just really interested and really curious. And there's so much research on end of life and psychedelics to
Mm.
support the anxiety that comes up about dying, and
Mhm.
help people come to peace. And also, if people have lots of pain disorders before they die, um, they can actually, it can alleviate some of the pain as well, so that they can be coherent for longer, so they can, you know, be with their family a bit longer before they pass. I mean, there's tons of research going on in general around psychedelics and mental health and depression, and it's just phenomenal what's happening. So I've been doing research and reading books about that. So I'm like, Grandpa's coming home, and I'm going to give him some psilocybin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And you know, that's the Uranus energy, right?
Mm-hmm. You're right. Yeah.
I was listening, not because I wanted to, but I was there. Um, Amber, my daughter, she was listening to city council's meeting
Mm.
of Calgary. And there were a couple people that were really fighting for, um, what do you call that, Alex? Preventive services
Oh, like the safe
for
consumption site?
mental health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, prevention.
Mm-hmm.
Prevention services. So I was so excited. I'm like, yes, who's this person? Oh, who's this person? I love her. I love her. How do you support them? I will. So they are actually trying to pass really good things that in these times when you're thinking, you know, at least if people don't know, Alberta is conservative and the government right now is conservative. And so they usually think more of cutting costs and um, really looking into um, fixing pathologies instead of prevention and stuff like that. And so it is very comforting to see that there's these other places that you don't see, like you are not seeing behind the scenes, but like I found out they are actually trying to make changes that will fit the whole community. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, Uranus. I am Capricorn. My planet is Saturn, but
Doesn't
I love
matter.
Saturn, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to new things for our society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and Saturn isn't bad. Like, so they say everybody has a Saturn return. So in your, I think it's your late 20s, early 30s, it's around every 28 years, it rolls around. So around 20 something, around 50 something, there are big upheavals that you'll have in your life because of Saturn and the way it connects with your sun or what exactly it does. And so, and that those are the huge times, or wait, no, it's your early 20s. Sorry, it's like around 25, 24 to 26 years.
Like life crises, like midlife
Yeah.
crisis and stuff.
Yeah. So you have your 20s, right? Yeah, I think it's 24 to 26. And then, or somewhere in there, I'm just saying that. Okay, everybody, just saying that. And then because then around the age 50 or 50 something is the next one. And then we'll have another one much later as well. But those are big times where you come to crossroads in your life and you make big decisions that might change things like significantly for you. You have a choice to keep going this one path that is going to keep you stuck, or you have to choose and go another way. And that's your Saturn return. So when Saturn does, hit things, it's for the better. Doesn't mean it's easy, but it's for the better. Yeah. Life-changing.
A father, mother
Mm-hmm.
wants you to change things that you need to change and be better.
Mm-hmm. So Mariela, what cards do you have for us today?
What cards I have? Of course, my blessed bee.
Mm-hmm.
Go without them. And then I have, where are they? The Lenormand cards. And the Sacred Destiny.
Oh.
Yep. So I'll just take one Blessed Bee, 3 Sacred Destiny, and I'm not sure about the Lenormand. They go all together and make a story. So I'll try. For me, I'm not an expert in Lenormand cards yet.
Okay.
What cards do you have?
Well, I was thinking of just pulling one.
One.
Well, just one card. And I'm going to do the Oracle, the Mystic Shaman Oracle deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to reduce the amount of cards that I keep in my space. Like I pull a card and I set it out to the side. So like I just put the cards away from our last recording. I just put those away. And so I keep them out just to keep reminding me of, the messages. So, and then I also pull cards of the new moon and the full moon. So I'm trying to reduce my cards so I can have more clarity.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever you want.
I will. I am. Okay.
So for the month of June?
Mm-hmm. Well, for the June's just about over, but we'll say for for like a month or the month of June, whatever you want. You do whatever you do.
It's not over. It's only the 18.
Oh, look what I got. I got the sun.
Oh, look what I got.
The fire.
A fire.
Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, because
What does it mean? Oh, it's the sun's power. Yeah, they're totally right.
we're about to have the solstice. We're at the peak of light.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool. Now, I actually am not familiar with this card. Oh, yes. So the sun is acknowledged by many cultures as the most masculine force. In other traditions, it is seen as the feminine in her full power. But either way, it's the most brilliant light for all beings to allow life to sprout from dark, feminine earth. It can be gentle and warming, close to sunrise and sunset, fall or winter, or it can be destructive, as in the zenith during the scorching summer. So the invitation is, have you been hibernating? Have you been introspective? It's time to come out of your cave and savor the life-giving light of our star. The sun rekindles your passion and creative energy. Life is calling you to shine your light and add your lightness and humor to the seriousness around you. Get out and play. The sun. Love it. They're wearing a mask and there's like a bird's feather and lights shining on it. Beautiful. Which is kind of funny because I pulled a card for myself just before we got on the call, and it was trust your path. And it said the exact same thing, like just keep doing what lights you up and you're going to keep lighting everything else up, kind of thing. So kind of fits that card there. So yeah.
Interesting.
Definitely the energy of the sun right now. But I also need to slow down. I need some sleep.
Yeah.
You got the fire.
Yes, I got the fire. So a blessing of fire. You know, we haven't had any fires.
Yes. So far, that's the thing. It's already quite hot.
It is hot. And we have reached very high degrees this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've checked the mountains, but they almost have no snow.
Really? I didn't notice. No.
No.
I noticed like the
So,
rivers were high, but I didn't
yeah, the rivers are high.
notice snow.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, if we can just live for the next 2 months with all the water that is coming down the river, then we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had 32 degrees. My car was 34 the other day. I heard another person had like 38 in her car the other day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hot.
That's hot for Calgary, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember when I was little, hot was the high 20s. And now we're reaching into the 30s every year. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody here listening thinks. The world is warming. Whether you believe it's due to pollution or not, it's warming, and it's warming quick.
At least here we see that it is warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so with the Sacred Destiny Oracle cards, I got 3. I wanted to see a whole picture of something. So the first one is community.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Card. So I think that's the basis of the reason why things are happening, because it's Uranus and all the new businesses and ideas that are coming up are related to doing something with people around us and doing things grassroots and sharing with others, giving the hand to others if they need help that are around you. The other card is healing chaos.
Oh, mm-hmm.
That's the
Thanks,
middle
Mercury.
card.
Thanks, Mercury.
It might not be Mercury.
I know. Could be a Saturn Uranus thing or any other thing. Possible.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't know what that card means. Yeah, it just feels things are changing, right? And we are confused.
Mm-hmm.
We will get clarity. And the last
Yeah.
card, it's flexibility.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Tiger in there. You know how
Mm-hmm.
flexible tigers are?
Are they flexible?
Yeah, like kitties.
They're agile.
Yeah, they just do one little jump and they are on top of a tree.
Mm.
And it's just looking in there, looking at the path.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah. And so for the blessing of fire, I'm just going to read maybe 3 sentences from it and see if it resonates with what we are saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so it says, may the many blessings of the holy fires be yours. May fire's burning passion, its quick intensity compel you into moments of action to make decisions, follow the truths of your heart and quicken and burn like the flames with the heart. What's hearth, Alex?
I have no idea. A hearth? I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. No?
No, I don't. Sorry.
And let any former harm in other lives from element pass away now, and let a great spark from the heart of the universe rekindle your love of warmth, your passion, your intensity, and motivation. May you always have that warmth and its protection and its ardor for all the days of your life.
Hmm.
We were talking about anger and passion, remember?
Yes, and the sun.
And motivating you to take action.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry. I just totally Googled what a hearth is. And okay, this is what I thought, but I was confused because I was thinking, anyway, a hearth is a fire pit or fireplace.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Which could be the burning fire within ourselves, like literally, but clearly it's a.
Yeah, we need healing chaos. We can innate that anger or passion, right? It doesn't have to be anger, but it could be anger.
Exactly. Well, anger, anger is a good thing. Anger
Yeah.
creates action, right? Emotion is like movement, like emotion, right? It's all about feeling movement, like creating movement with feeling. And so anger is like one of those feelings that create action. And if we don't do any action with our anger, then we're suppressing it and it's going to explode sometime. We don't know when. But so there's nothing wrong with anger if we're using it to fuel our action. And
Unless you hurt somebody else.
yes, we don't want to hurt anybody.
Or hurt yourself.
Or ourselves.
But all emotions are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the passion clearly is that fiery, like excitable energy. It's all kind of vibrating at the same level. It's just a different perspective of it, I guess. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. Oh, well, I'm very grateful for the sun and all this energy that's coming, because I feel like there's been so much time, and maybe this is why the intensity is even higher, is because with COVID, we've been a bit more shut in, right? Like literally physically, or like less. Yeah, there's just been more of this, like way more of this, like being kept. And now this energy is just like bursting. And it's like, holy macaroni, like, how do I manage this energy that's bursting? I need to, and we need to manage it, because if we just blow out, we're going to burn up. So we need to have a way to be with it instead of let it just blow us away.
Yeah, anyways, if you don't go with the flow, the universe will push you into wherever we're going.
That is very true. We can always trust that the universe will push us.
So be flexible.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, that's so funny. Awesome. Well, is there any last things you would like to share before we sign off today?
So the Lenormand cards, I got the birds, which is communication and interacting with others. So I
Oh.
got the Mercury energy in there. And then the book, which means knowledge or knowing the truth.
Mhm.
And then the fish, which is abundance, or literally a fish, which is Aquarius, right? Oh, they are just like they are not a water sign, right? Like
No, Pisces
a water
is.
sign. But anyways, there's
We're going into Cancer. Well, interesting that the first two are very similar to the ones you already pulled, right? Like the two on the bird flying together is like community. And then the book, what did you say the book was? Oh, it was about like
truth and
truth and
knowledge.
yeah, which is going to happen as we get
Yeah.
clarity from the chaos, the healing from the
Yeah.
chaos. And then I don't understand this fish, but
Yeah. Well, as long as I think there's flexibility, then there will be abundance for you. Like you don't have to worry about anything.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
just be flexible, Alex.
Maybe it's supposed to be like Dory. Keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't force things.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Don't try to stop when things are going
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
go when things are stopping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just be present to whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah. So we got the blessing of fire. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mariella, and everyone else.
Thank you, Alex, and everyone else.
Have a wonderful solstice, and we will all see you again
In July.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.